Welcome to the session. So today I am here to discuss about selection sorting technique. In the earlier classes we discussed about insertion sort and bubble sort, quick sort. So today we are discussing about selection sort. So why the name of sorting technique is called selection sort is each and every time we are selecting one element and we are assuming that that is the minimum element and compare with that element the rest of the elements whether it is a minimum or not. If it is not minimum, at the end of the iteration we are swapping with two elements. The same kind of technique. So the selection sort algorithm, so array by repetitively finding the minimum element. So considering ascending order. In case of descending order, each and every time we want to find the maximum element. In case of descending order, we need to find maximum element. So by considering ascending order, we need to find minimum element. And from unsorted part. So this kind of technique we already seen at the time of insertion sort also. In the insertion sort category also, say this is a sorted list and this is unsorted list. Unsorted list. So in the insertion sort technique, here we need to insert one element. So we need to find out what is the exact position to fit the particular element in the sorted position. Similarly, here also in the selection sort category, so the first we are starting with the sorted list of elements are nothing, unsorted list elements are entire. So first we need to choose the first element as a minimum element, and by making comparisons with remaining unsorted part, we need to find whether it is a minimum or not. Say suppose some other element is minimum, so we need to swap these two elements at the end of the iteration. Like that, we need to add one by one element from the sorted position. So the sub-array is nothing but this is a one sorted array sub-array and this is another unsorted sub-array. Similarly, we do to do the same process until each and every element. So the given unsorted array is, say for this is an example 34, 12, 56, 89, 21, 23, 54, 9. Suppose this is the element. Say how these elements are stored in an array 34, 12, 56, 89, 21, 23, 54 and 9. Say the array index is like this. Array index is like this. So initially the sorted array is empty, means no list of elements. This is the entire thing is a unsorted array. So this is a sorted array. The entire array is unsorted array. Unsorted array. So in the first pass, so we are identifying that, say let us assume 34 is a minimum element. In the first iteration, 34 is the minimum element. So with respect to 34, is there any minimum element in the rest of the part? Is there any minimum element in the rest of the part? Say for example, the rest of the part 12, say 56, 89, 21, 23, 54, 9. So we need to compare one by one. So first 34 compared with 12. 12 is the minimum. So here we are putting the minimum is 12. Next 34 is compared with 56. No. Next 34, 89. So like that, here in the rest of the half, we are identifying that the minimum element is 9. In the rest of the part, we are identifying that minimum element is 9. So in the last iteration, what happened is 34 and 9, these two are swapped. So 9 comes to the first position and 34 going to the ninth position. Say 12, 56, 12, 56, 89, 21, 23, 54 and 34. So at this time, this is a sorted array, this is a sorted array, this is a unsorted array. This is a sorted array and this is an unsorted array. So in the past two case, again we need to take the 12 is the minimum element. The next subsequent element we have taken as minimum element. So we are identifying that 12 is the minimum element and we need to identify what are the minimum elements in the rest of the part. So by fortune, here the minimum element is say 21. Here the minimum element is 21. So we need to compare 12 and 21. 12 is the minimum only. So no need to swap at this time. Here in this case, comparatively 34 and 9, 9 is the minimum. That's why we are swapping the elements. But in this case, 12, 21. 12 is the minimum only. So no need to swap the elements. Means that in the past two iteration, 9, 12, this is the sorted array part and the rest of the part is doesn't change. Say 56, 89, 21, 23, 54 and 30. So in the past three case, we are identifying that the next subsequent element we are assuming that 56 is the minimum element. 56 is the minimum element. And in the rest of the elements, what is the minimum element we need to find. So here the minimum element is say 21. Minimum element is 21. So 56, 21. So comparatively 56, 21 is the minimum only. So that's why the 21, 56, these two are swap. So the past three result is say 9, 12, after that 21. So this is a sorted array and the rest of the elements are coming to the unsorted array place. Means say 56, 89, 23 and remaining all the elements are coming to the subsequent positions. So this is the selection sort category. So why this is called a selection sort means each and every time we are selecting one element and we are assuming that is the minimum element. Based on this element we need to find out the minimum elements in the rest of the thing, and at last we are checking the selected element and the minimum element both. So if it is minimum, no need to swap. If it is not a minimum one, we need to swap the two elements. That is the main functionality of selection sort technique. So this is a small animation to check or to analyze our selection sort technique. So initially sorted list is empty. So this is the unsorted list of elements. So we are selecting one element is minimum. So we need to find the rest of the elements as a minimum. So at last we need to swap both. So this is a small animation. So there also again 3 is minimum. So 3 and 4 are copied. So at the time 1, 2, 3 is a sorted, 6, 5, 4 is a unsorted. Again we are choosing this one is a minimum and we are selecting that 4 is a minimum. So simply swap both. Next 1, 2, 3, 4 are coming to the sorted list and remaining are the unsorted list. So how many passes are required? Say suppose here 6 elements are there, n passes means as 5 passes are required. Means n minus 1 passes are enough. Why? Because when we are moving to the last position, in the last pass only one element is there. We are selecting that one as a minimum element. The rest of the elements are 0. So that is the minimum element only. So no need to find for the last pass minimum element. So out of 6 elements, 5 passes are enough. 5 passes are enough. So what is the algorithm for selection sort? What is the algorithm for selection sort? So let me recall what is the logic. Then we can easily write algorithm. So initially in each and every case the first element in the unsorted array as minimum element, and in the rest of the array what are the minimum elements we need to find out. So at last we need to check these two whether it is a minimum, so no need to swap. If it is not a minimum, we need to swap. So first, what are the inputs are required to perform selection sort algorithm? Selection sort algorithm means we need to pass 2 parameters. So say a comma n. A is an array with n integers. So n specifies the size of an array. N specifies the size of an array. So in the first iteration, I am specified that so n minus 1 passes are enough. N minus 1 passes are enough. Means outer loop only iterates n minus 1 times is enough. So I is equal to 0 to n minus 1 do. I is equal to 0 to n minus 1 do. So in the next case, each and every time the ith position element is assumed as minimum element, so that the minimum element say a of I. Minimum element say a of I. So based on this minimum element, we need to identify in the rest of the elements is there any minimum. Rest of the elements is there any minimum. So very simple logic for minimum from the list. Say m1 is equal to a of I plus 1. Say in the rest of the array we are identifying that the first element is say minimum element. So here for j equal to say I plus 1. I plus 1 these two are compared. So one comparison is waste. So for that I value is 2. So I plus 2 to n minus 1 do. N minus 1 do. So what we have to do? We need to find out the minimum element. Say if say if A of j means the current element and we need to check the minimum element, say M1. So this is a successful case. This is a successful case. The condition is true, M1 is minimum only. At the time no need to do anything. So say this one. Means less than, means less than. So in this case means comparatively M1, say if A of j is minimum, so at the time only, so we need to say M1 is equal to A of j. M1 is equal to A of j. And we need to store this index also very much important. We need to save this index is also very much important. That's why I am taken Mi is initially 0. Mi is initially 0. So at this time minimum index is equal to j. So Mi stores minimum index value. Mi stores minimum index value. So when this loop is iterated, it finds what is the minimum element. So the first iteration we are assuming that M is the minimum element, the next case M1 is the minimum element. So based on these two, at the end of the for loop, we are checking that if M greater than M1 means that M is maximum than M1. M is maximum than M1. So at the time what we have to do? At the time we need to swap two elements. What are the elements? Is swap of A of I comma swap of A of Mi. Swap of A of Mi. So M1 is in Mi index. M is in ith index. M is in ith index. So this process is iteratively performed. At last we are getting a sorted array in the input array. We are getting input array. So this is the process and this is the algorithm for selection sort. In the next category, what is the time complexity to find selection sort algorithm? So there itself two loops are there. So here the complexity of the selection sort again we are taken as f of n. So the f of n based on number of comparisons only, similarly like insertion sort and bubble sort. So here also it based on the comparisons only. So in the past one it made n minus 1 comparisons. In the past one it made n minus 1 comparisons. In the past two it made n minus 2 comparisons. Like that, n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. At last we made only one comparison. Say in the previous animation also, say 6 elements are there, 5 passes are enough. In the 5 pass, 5th pass consists of only 2 elements. The first one we are identifying as the minimum element. Whether it is a minimum or not, we need to check only the next subsequent element. So in that case also only one comparison is required. So definitely at the ending point is only one comparison is enough. So n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on plus 1. So the summation value is n into n minus 1 by 2. N into n minus 1 by 2. Whenever we are simplifying this, n square minus n by 2. So we are assuming that this is a constant. So n square minus n So obviously the more number of value coming from n square, so that the time complexity of selection sort is big O of n square. So similarly, the average case time complexity is big O of n square, and the best case time complexity is big O of n square, and the worst case time complexity is also big O of n square. So why n square is that many comparisons we made to find or to select element in each and every iteration. So average case time complexity is also big O of n square. The best case time complexity is also big O of n square, and the worst case time complexity is also big O of n square. The worst case time complexity is also big O of n square. So coming to the summary, so here we have discussed about selection sort technique. So in the selection sort technique, first we are explained in the selection sort. First I am explained introduction. In the introduction case, each and every time the first element means in the unsorted part, the first element is treated as or assumed as minimum element, and we need to find out the minimum element in the rest of the part, and at last we need to compare both. Whether it is a minimum means our first assumption is minimum, no need to swap. Suppose in the rest of the part a selected element is minimum, so we need to swap. So first we are introducing what is the mean of selection. After that we have discussed about the process, how the selection sort process is going on, and the next we have discussed about algorithm for selection sort, and at last we discussed about complexity of selection sort also. Complexity of selection sort also. So the complexity part, in all the respects, the selection sort time complexity is big O of n square. Big O of n square. So this is the selection sort technique. So in the rest of the part, means in the coming sessions, we are discussing about what is the radix sort, means distribution sort technique. Distribution sort technique, it is also one of the interesting sorting technique. And the next one is merge sort. The merge sort also we want to discuss in the coming sessions. Thank you. Thank you.